Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to your lesson 6 reading lesson for today. So, for the new lesson of 6, lesson 6, it is going to be about the creation of earth and its people. So, here I have the picture of the earth and all of the different people that live here on the earth and the people of the earth. Us. So, let's dive in and see what we're going to be learning about today. So, for reading, we will determine that the theme of the myth Maya is the explanation of Earth's creation and its people. So, that's really amazing. So, we're going to figure out how this myth kind of explains how Earth's creation, how the Earth became created and its people that live here. Okay, so first we're going to just review, and each chapter kind of works not kind of, it does work together. So we're going to review over the previous chapter to see how they relate. So our question is, in what ways the explanation for the creation of the corn people have the characteristics of the myth? And I would say it explains how the earth was created and why people exist and are the way that they are. It also includes historical elements such as the use of corn, which was abundant in the Maya civilization. And we all love corn. I know I do. So just their relation to the corn and how it was so abundant is really amazing. And I'm really loving and learning about this element. Okay, so our big question for this chapter and this lesson, which we always have a big question when we have our reading, is how does this sacred Maya myth explain the creation of the earth and its people? So let's keep that on our mind as we go throughout the reading and throughout this chapter and our lesson today. So, we're going to start off by reading chapter 4, Myths of the Maya. So, I want you to follow along and let's read it together. Okay, chapter 4, Myths of the Maya. Thousands of years ago, people all around the world began telling stories to help explain how and why things happen. Some things, like the rising and setting of the sun, are predictable. Others, like flood and earthquakes, are often unpredictable. People created stories to make sense of both predictable and unpredictable events. Storytellers passed these symbolic stories or myths along from one generation to the next. Oops, boys and girls, generation, one of our vocabulary words. The creation of the earth is its people. Some of the best known Maya myths are recorded in the Popol Vuh, or the sacred book of the Maya. Even though the original was destroyed, some people knew their stories by heart. They told and retold their stories through the ages. In the mid 1500s, these Maya wrote the stories down for future generations. Today, you will read a retelling of the combination creation, one of our vocabulary words, myths taken from the creation of the earth and the creation of the men of the corn. Okay, page 25. In the beginning of time, all was still and motionless. There were only sea and sky. It was hard to tell where the sea ended and the sky began. Darkness filled the vast, one of our vocabulary words, emptiness. There was no earth. There was no mountains or streams. There were no animals or people. The God of the heavens asked the gods Tepu and Quantamons to help make a middle ground between sea and sky. They agreed. Together, the three became known as the creators and makers. Wow, boys and girls. Page 26. Tefu and Quantamons thought hard about what to create and how to create. Finally, they came up with a plan. Dressed in brilliant green and blue feathers, they shouted out the word earth. In an instant, earth appeared. Part of the sea dried up and became land. Mountains rose up with valleys between their peaks. Then the gods added fresh air. Lakes pulled in the foothills of the mountain. Rivers flowed from one end of the land to the other. Trees and plants sprang up along the riverbanks. Though beautiful, earth remained silent. It was too quiet. Tefu and Kwanzaa decided to add noisemakers. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to stop here and pick back up on the next page in the next video.